Tourism in Hawaii during the pandemic. In 2019, it is recorded that visitors to the Hawaiian Islands spent $17.75 billion. During the pandemic, Hawaii has seen very low COVID numbers per capita compared to the other US states, with about 343,000 cases and roughly 6,680 deaths reported as of September 21. During the height of the pandemic, it kept some of the tightest travel restrictions of any state.
Condition after travel restriction. As the pandemic struck, tourism stopped in many places. However, it allows some destinations with the opportunity to reset and refocus. One of the examples is Hawaii. Without tourists, the colors came back to the reefs. Trash was kept in the trash can and beaches regained their iconic looks.
In 2019, before the pandemic, Hawaii has generated GDP of $79.80 billion, and it is the highest GDP that Hawaii has generated from 2000 to 2019. But because the pandemic, in 2020, Hawaii's GDP declines by 12%. Luckily, GDP of Hawaii went up after the pandemic. In 2021, $3.88 billion was added to Hawaii's GDP.
Socio-cultural impacts. The amount of visitors visiting Hawaii has caused cultural damage to Hawaii. Real places in Hawaii are being desecrated, and a lot of resorts and golf courses are made over historical sites and sacred places. Hawaiians has also been priced out of their homes so that people could use the land to develop resorts and golf courses.
Environmental factor. As the virus spread to further countries, several tourist attractions were closed. On the other hand, it provides certain locations with the chance to reset and concentrate their efforts. The state of Hawaii is a good illustration of this. When there weren't any tourists around, the colors returned to the corals. Trash stayed in the cans, and beaches got back their classic appearance.
Now moving on to the government attempts. In addition to the typical measures taken around the country, Hawaii was the first state to mandate that visitors from other states enter a period of quarantine upon their arrival. This will serve as Hawaii's prevention of COVID cases so that there is not an increase in the number of instances. Furthermore, Hawaii is proposing a new type of tourism, one of which visitors are encouraged to actually leave the locations they visit in better condition than they were before they came. The government is doing this in an effort to persuade tourists that merely minimizing their negative effects on the environment is not enough. And that's all for today's presentation from us. We're sorry if there were mistakes, and thank you so much for listening to us.